Get ready for the hottest news from the paddock. Today, we have a news roundup that will leave you speechless. We'll be talking about the future of Mercedes, a surprise inspection by the FIA, and the latest updates on Leclerc and Sainz. But wait, there's much more. What if I told you that Yuki Tsunoda might be eyeing Perez's seat at Red Bull? That's right, my friends. The musical chairs for 2025 have already begun. And if that wasn't enough, we've got Adrien Newey, the genius behind Red Bull's dominant cars, confirming the date he'll leave the team. Imagine the impact this will have on the grid. Want to know all the details about these news? Then don't go anywhere and come with me because things are heating up. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any details of this crazy F1 world. Let's go! And let's start with a bombshell, folks. It looks like Mercedes might have a problem on their hands, and it's not with the car this time. Sources indicate that Audi has their eyes on our beloved George Russell. Yes, believe it or not. But it seems that if their plan A, which would be Sainz, doesn't work out, they might try to snag the young Brit from Mercedes. But hold on, it's not that simple. Russell's contract with Mercedes runs until the end of next year, and everyone knows the team sees him as the future of the team. Just imagine, losing Hamilton to Ferrari and Russell to Audi, that would be quite a blow. Now, we have to remember that Audi will only enter F1 in 2026. Would Russell have the patience to wait until then? And will Mercedes let this young talent slip away so easily? But speaking of Mercedes, did you see what happened to Lewis Hamilton after his victory at the British Grand Prix? The FIA decided to take a peek at his W15. That's right, folks. After 945 days of drought, hammer time finally echoed again at Silverstone. But it seems the FIA wanted to make sure everything was in order. You know how it is. Trust, but verify. Right after the victory, Lewis's car went through a random inspection by the FIA. They checked everything: the internal combustion engine's air intake system, the engine plenum, the charge air cooler, and even the related sensors. And guess what they found? Nothing out of place. Toto Wolff, the head of Mercedes, even joked that it was an honest win. But we all know that in the world of F1, a victory after such a long time always raises some eyebrows, right? Speaking of raising eyebrows, did Charles Leclerc mention when he found out that Lewis would be his teammate at Ferrari next year? The story is good. But before I tell you, I want to know what you think. If you were Leclerc, how would you react to finding out you'd be sharing the garage with a 7-time world champion? Would you be excited about the chance to learn or worried about the competition? Leave your opinion in the comments. Now, back to Leclerc. You won't believe what he said about Hamilton's arrival. The Monegasque sees Lewis's arrival as an opportunity. That's right, folks. While many drivers would be shaking in their boots just thinking about having a 7-time champion as a teammate, Leclerc is seeing it as a golden chance. He said he's super confident in Ferrari's decision to bring Hamilton and is eager to learn from one of the greatest in the sport's history. But don't think he's content with being a sidekick. Leclerc made it clear that he also sees this as a chance to prove what he's capable of. It's like Leclerc is saying, "Bring the best, and I'll show my best." Could we be witnessing a new golden era at Ferrari with this powerhouse duo? But not everything is rosy in the world of F1. While Leclerc is all excited about the future, another driver is in a pretty tough spot. I'm talking about Carlos Sainz, who seems to be in a real predicament. The Spaniard is in a race against time, folks. With Hamilton joining Ferrari in 2025, Sainz needs to secure his future, and fast. But it seems like he's playing a dangerous waiting game. Jacques Villeneuve, always controversial, has already given it straight. If Sainz takes too long to make up his mind, he could end up annoying people and losing valuable opportunities. Teams like Williams and Alpine have their eyes on him, and there are even rumors of possible interest from Mercedes. But with each passing day, these doors could start to close. It's like Sainz is on a decisive final lap with an almost empty tank and worn-out tires. Will he manage to cross the finish line with a good team, or will he be left without a seat for 2025? And it's not just Sainz under pressure. On the other side of the paddock, there's another driver making everyone perk up their ears. I'm talking about Sergio Perez, folks. The Mexican is in a rough patch that's not easy. In the last 6 races, he has only managed to score 15 points. That's right, 15 points. To give you an idea, his teammate Verstappen is already 137 points ahead of him in the championship. And then what happens? The rumors start, right? Some people are saying that Checo's days at Red Bull might be numbered. And guess who's emerging as a potential replacement? None other than Yuki Tsunoda. Tsunoda spoke about this possibility. The Japanese driver is really stirring things up. When asked if he was ready to fight at the front, he bluntly said, "If I wasn't ready, I wouldn't have been announced for the next season." Look at that confidence. But it doesn't stop there. Tsunoda also dropped this gem. "I feel ready to fight against the top teams, for higher positions, and even against Max." Wow. Could this be a message to Verstappen? Now, the most interesting part is that Tsunoda knows the decision is not in his hands. He said that Red Bull decides and that it's out of his control. But here's a masterstroke. He mentioned that Red Bull is in no rush to make this decision. According to Tsunoda, this is actually good for Checo because it doesn't create extra pressure. So, what do you guys think? Does Tsunoda have a real chance of taking Perez's seat? Or will Red Bull stick with the Mexican? The 2024 season isn't even over yet, and the driver market for 2025 is already heating up. But if you thought things were heating up, just wait until you hear this bombshell. It's about the legendary Adrien Newey. The genius behind Red Bull's cars has confirmed that he will leave the team in March 2025. That's right, folks. The man who helped create the most dominant cars of recent years is packing his bags and has a departure date set. Some people are speculating that he might go to Ferrari, others are talking about Aston Martin, and some even bet on McLaren. Just imagine the impact this could have on the grid. The guy who designed the cars that dominated F1 in recent years, suddenly available on the market. Now, imagine the scenario. We've got Hamilton going to Ferrari, Sainz looking for a new home, Russell possibly being courted by Audi, Tsunoda eyeing Perez's seat, and Newey free on the market. It's like the 2025 grid is a giant chessboard, and each move can completely change the game. Guys, the world of F1 never ceases to amaze us, right? That's why we love this sport so much. Every day is a new thrill, a new twist. We can hardly wait to see how all this will unfold. So, which of these news surprised you the most? What do you think will happen in 2025? Will we see an epic game of musical chairs? Leave your opinion in the comments. If you enjoyed this news roundup and want to stay updated with everything happening in F1, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. That way you won't miss any details of this crazy racing world. Thanks for watching this far. See you at the next race, the next video. See you later.